Doodly doo 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 doo. Time to get your Clix fix. Welcome back to Clix Fix. I'm Rory. Today I am in some military housing stuff in here while my family is moving, and I'm working. We haven't found a house yet, but hopefully that's going to change soon. Today we're going to be doing another team building video of mine, One Awesome Clix, where we take one really cool figure or a more rare piece that you might be lucky enough to get or win or something like that, and then build a team around them with mostly rares and below, pretty much pulp, with a few exceptions. And we'll talk about some other things that can go well with them if you do have them. Today, we're going to be talking about Old Man Logan. Now, he's a chase from the Deadpool and Weapon X set, but he's probably not the best chase. There's definitely other chases you would want to have, but I managed to get myself an Old Man Logan from one of the chase boosters, which was pretty cool. It was a fellowship, and they had a chase booster for the fellowship winner, and I got that. And then I'm looking at him, I was like, okay, what am I going to do with him? But let's take a look at him real quick. Looking at it on my phone. Old Man Logan, Defenders, X-Men, Brute, Future. Real name, James Howlett and Bruce Banner Jr. Because, it is kind of a fun sculpt with Logan carrying little baby Hulk on his back. Trait. When Old Man Logan takes damage from an attack, give him an Adamantium Rage token if he has less than 6. Modify Old Man Logan's attack by +1 for every 2 of his Adamantium Rage tokens. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6 for each of his Adamantium Rage tokens. For each resulting 4 through 6, heal Old Man Logan 1 click and destroy an destroy an adjacent terrain marker or piece of blocking terrain. So that's the only way he has of healing himself, is if he rolls that at the beginning of the turn. And he has to have already gotten some Adamantium Rage tokens. I mean, the only time you're going to want to heal is after you've been damaged. So hopefully he doesn't get hit by Prime Colossus, because the damage from that is not from an attack, so he wouldn't get an Adamantium Rage token. So that's a bad matchup for him. There are a lot of bad matchups for him, by the way. He can be played at 120 or 60 points. Oh, he's got improved movement through characters and blocking, and he destroys that. So when you're playing him at 60 points, he does not start with any of his special abilities, special powers, just a regular charge, blades, combat reflexes, and exploit, which, I don't know, at that point it's 6 clicks of life for 60 points, and he can get some healing and can increase his attack. Not too bad. I mean, just kind of like a standard character at that point, not really chase level. But we're going to try to make him a little bit better. But if you play him at 120 points, which is what we're going to do for this team build, he starts with a special movement of charge, flurry, and stealth. So that one helps him get up a little bit more protected, and he can be a little bit more aggressive. And he has a special attack, blades, claws, fangs, and precision strike, which is nice for when you roll those low numbers on your blades, claws, fangs. And then on his last 2 clicks, he has special damage power of Close Combat Expert and Perplex. So we're hoping we don't get down there, but we'll see. I decided to do a future team with this guy. And speaking of future, using some pieces that aren't going to be legal for modern play until after Worlds, but that's happening this coming weekend. So the Masters of Time, we've got a few Masters of Time because I mean I decided to do future team build, and there's a lot of that kind of stuff in Masters of Time. So, but the first thing we're going to do to try to make Old Man Logan better is give him trick arrows. So we're going to equip him with some trick arrows so that he can do more than just, I mean, hopefully the goal is get up there, charge, flurry, and then do the effect of the trick arrows. And again, I've talked about them before. It kind of just depends on what your opponent has. Lots of options. We don't need to go over that, but have as many of them available as possible, and then figure out what would be best for your opponents and what they're vulnerable to. Like if you need to mind control them or something like that. Now, another way to keep him alive, I've included Supergirl on the team. I've talked about her before. She, I think, is best when used with somebody with stop clicks. He doesn't have stop clicks, but he has a long dial. So this is just one way to help keep him alive so that they have to attack him more so that he can build up the adamantium rage tokens. I just wish the adamantium rage tokens also did his defense, his defense value, not just his attack value. But we've looked at Supergirl before. Main thing here, her trait. When another friendly character is damaged by an attack, if Supergirl hasn't healed him yet this turn after resolutions, heal that character one click. So Old Man Logan gets hit, she heals him one, so he can last a bit longer. Hopefully more than just that turn, so that she could heal him again next turn. But we'll be playing her at 70 points because she is a little more dangerous at 70 points. She's got the hypersonic, 12 super strength, impervious, and that thing that is makes her good against giants and colossals, which you see a lot of, especially in this set. There's all those colossals. But yeah, she's super awesome. I wish I had her. I've opened maybe half a brick of the set so far, still haven't got her. Now, this other one I pulled too many of. I have like 4 of him already. Time Trapper. Now he's here mostly for the probability control because we're going to be playing him at 50 points. Probability control when Time Trapper uses it and a friendly character hits all targets after resolutions, give an action token to each hit target. So basically just the probability control to make sure Old Man Logan hits and try to protect him from getting hit a bit. Also, we want to have him pretty close to Old Man Logan for the hyper time. So if somebody wants to charge in on Old Man Logan, there's a possibility that they won't be able to. So keep him close by to try to protect those lines of movement from your opposing characters. Because hopefully whoever he charges up on, Old Man Logan, hopefully whoever he charges on goes down pretty quickly. Because he's a decent, he's got some decent damage potential up on his top click. Also, on the team, we're going to be putting Heroclix, and we will be playing him at, how many points did I say? 40 points. Playing Heroclix at 40 points. Yeah, so he'll have 2 disc tokens. I guess normally you'd want to be playing him on his start on click number 1, sidestep, but mostly for the TK, so you can get Old Man Logan out there a bit easier. Might be different depending on what you're facing off against. Um, if they are vulnerable to outwit, you might want to have him be an outwitter. The last one, his third grouping of 3 Clix with Pensai and enhancement. Enhancement's not going to really do too much for this team. Maybe with Supergirl, but it's really or Time Trapper. But your main attacker is Old Man Logan, so enhancement's not going to help him at all. But if you need another range attacker, Prodegaton can do that on that third one. But there's, yeah, being able to just rearrange your opponent's forces at the beginning of the game, he's nuts. And he also has hyper time, so he's another way to help protect the lines of movement towards Old Man Logan if you need to do that. And traded prob, so it's more prob. So yeah, he's really good. Another one I need to get. Still haven't pulled one of him. It's like the two of the ones that I really want from the set are just rares. They are unique, so people can't really hoard them for using multiples on a team. So if you want to, if anybody wants to send me some a Supergirl or a Prodegaton, let me know. And then to finish off the team, there's 10 more points. It's like, what are we gonna do? You know, we can just give Old Man Logan more reach. So playing 2 time breakers at 5 points because they got the future keyword. Now they got the errata, so only one of them can help place Old Man Logan out per turn. But on that first turn, you can generate one of them, and then you can place Old Man Logan out 3, and then if you're using Prodegaton with his TK, he can TK Old Man Logan out 4 more, so that's Old Man Logan's already out 7 squares, possibly, and then he can charge, what's his movement? His movement is 10, so he could charge 5, so that's a reach of, and then hit somebody in the 6th square away, so that's 7 squares. I mean, he can almost cross the whole map if you want to. I don't know if you want to. You might want to hide him behind some blocking initially, because then he can just charge right through it and destroy it once the targets you want to hit are close enough. But that is the team for Old Man Logan, with some stuff that's pretty easy to come across, I guess, for most people. Hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on a Supergirl and a Prodegaton in the coming few weeks, or when I finish my move. But there are a lot of really good future pieces that you can use with Old Man Logan. I'm just a few to highlight. Bishop. I like the Bishop from Exoswords. Just an uncommon, but he's like, just play him at his 35. He had an outwit. He's got leadership. Yeah, he's not at all bad for what he is. If you're looking at the event, the Exoswords event set, Rachel Summers, now she was really good when you were playing in not sealed, but the battle royales, because she just does a lot of damage. And anyway, just if you want to play her as the main attacker instead, and play Old Man Logan at 60, she's just a big beat stick at range. She's got a 7 range, so yeah, she's got a good reach too. Korvac from AV60, if you're going back that far, if you're after next week, if you're playing sealed, you could use him. But he's a solid piece, solid uncommon. I saw he was used a lot in sealed, and he's just pretty darn effective at what he does. Now, if you need some filler, not tiny filler like the time breakers, but also a way to kind of get Old Man Logan out of trouble, is the Spider-Man robot from AV60. Because he's got this power, choose another friendly character within 8 squares that shares a keyword with Spider-Man Robot and place them adjacent to Spider-Man Robot if the chosen character has the Council of Kings keyword, remove an action token. So that last part doesn't matter. It's basically just you see Old Man Logan's in trouble, or you get him out there, he does his thing, and you're like, okay, now I don't want him so vulnerable, and Spider-Man Robot can pull him back with a power action. And it's just within 8 squares. He doesn't even need line of fire or anything. So yeah, that my original first team build with him had Spider-Man Robot, but then I was like, let's try to build for the coming modern in the future. But if you're doing silver, that Spider-Man Robot could be a good option. Shatterstar, a rare from Deadpool X-Force. He's a fun one because he can do the basically charge twice. Not charge twice. Flurry, and then before making the second attack, move him 4. So it's like sidestep. He's got sidestep, activate flurry. Doesn't even need to attack anything. Then move him 4 and attack. So it's kind of like a 6 movement charge if you need it to be that. Or once he's in the thick of it, it's flurry with bouncing around. Yeah, he's awesome. Time breakers, if you're going back, King the Conqueror as well. He's a really good piece to play with. He's 100 points, so that's like not leaving you much left for your team, but still, he's fun. Immortus as well. He's a super rare, not too hard to get. King and Immortus are super rares. They're not too hard to get. But okay, this next one is one of my favorite pieces. If you're going to be playing silver after next week, Miss Kang. I pulled her in sealed, and she is one of just the best support, like just generic support pieces that I've ever played. She's super hard to kill, and she gives you at least 1 prob. She'll give you she'll give you 2 probs once you start using prob, and then from multiple angles, like from wherever you want to place her. What do they call them? Chronal echoes. And chronal echoes have plasticity. Anyway, if you can get your hands on Miss Kang, I would say do it because she is awesome for 50 points. Then, because it's future, any of the, what do they call that set? Royal Flush Gang. The Royal Flush Gang. Any of the Royal Flush Gang is from the future, so any of them would be super fun to play. I'm not going to talk about them right now. They're just, you can play them all, any of them at 50 points, and they all do very different things, but a lot of fun with any of them. Ace is great. I like Jack. Being able to do Blades, Claws, Fangs at close or range, that's a lot of fun. Cable also is a future keyword, super rare, and and being able to be equipped with 2 things at the beginning, just a lot of fun. Super rare, but not one of the super rares that will be too difficult to get. More stuff from the Masters of Time that could be fun to play with him. Black Beetle, Flash. Oh, that Flash is so good. That Flash is the reason I lost one of my games in sealed in the pre-release. He was the only one who could get Prince Kal-El off of his top Clix where he had a 20 defense, because the Flash has the 12 attack, and he kept rolling 8s or higher. Protectaton. Yeah. But yeah, I was just making sure I got through my list. But for future is going to be a really fun keyword going forward now, especially with this set, Masters of Time. And Old Man Logan, while he might not be the best piece, might not even compare to a bunch of the super rares around, he's still fun. And if you can heal him, or like, man, if you find I didn't even look. Are there any of these that have support? If you get a future, I'm not going to look right now, but look for a future keyword piece that has support. Help keep Old Man Logan alive after he's gained some adamantium range tokens, and bring him back to his top. And yeah, he's a fun attacker. He's really solid attacking, but I just don't think he's at the level of pretty much all the other chases in the set. But still fun. So I'm the kind of guy who wants to be able to play with all the stuff that he pulls. So if you're the same and you got one of these, build a fun future team. If you have any ideas that I didn't think of, what you could pair with Old Man Logan, which keyword would you go with instead? If you were building with him, what would your team be if you were doing one of the other keywords? I mean, there's a lot of X-Men, tons of X-Men. So he could be on one of those teams. Or if you were trying to pair him with some of the more meta stuff, what do you think would best help him besides Scott Porter's? Because those always help. Yeah, let me hear your ideas. I like to talk about this stuff. If you have any thoughts on what you might want to see, what are some of the really cool super rares or chases from Masters of Time that you'd want to see more casual builds around, let me know. Comments below. I haven't said before, like, subscribe. I'm not used to saying stuff like that, but I'd like more people to see these videos and get as much out of them as I do thinking about all these teams. And I watch a lot of videos of YouTube stuff, and I love seeing other people's ideas and how they work out. Yeah, this has been Clix Fix. Hope we satisfied your hankering, your addiction for some Heroclix content, and we'll see you next time.